ever fantasized about, like being in charge of your own kitchen, like being the one to decide what goes on the menu, create those flavor combos that everyone's raving about?
Oh, absolutely. The heart of the culinary world.
Well, today we're diving deep into how to make that dream a reality,
Yes.
nailing that chef interview.
So exciting.
We've got RoleCatcher's Career Guide and a little AI magic to help us tackle those make-or-break questions.
Yeah, we're going to make sure you're not just prepped for the interview, but for a long and fulfilling career.
Exactly. So let's get things started. Let's fire up this deep dive with a question that seems, I don't know, kind of basic, but it can really set the tone for the whole interview.
Yeah.
Tell us about your experience working as a chef.
Yeah.
It feels like a friendly, open-ended question, but what are they really looking for?
Right. You're totally right. It's not just about like reciting your resume, you know.
Right.
They want to hear about the experiences that really show off your skills as a chef. Think of it like this. It's your chance to tell your culinary story, highlighting those chapters that like directly relate to their menu, their style.
So if you see high volume kitchen on the job description, you might say something like, at X restaurant, I managed a team of 5 line cooks during dinner rush, and, we constantly exceeded customer satisfaction targets.
Ooh, now you're cooking. You've quantified your impact,
Yeah.
showing them, not just telling them.
Right, exactly.
And don't underestimate those transferable skills, right?
Okay.
Did you lead a team in a fast food environment? That still shows leadership, working under pressure, problem solving. I mean,
It all matters.
skills that translate to any kitchen.
So it's about connecting the dots, showing how your past, even outside a traditional kitchen, has prepped you for this opportunity.
Precisely. And speaking of being prepared, here's one that often trips people up.
Okay.
How do you stay current with culinary trends? It's not about name-dropping every celebrity chef.
Right. It's about showing that you are passionate about what you do. It's more than just, you're not just cooking, but you're engaged in this whole evolving world of food.
Right, you're invested.
Yes.
So instead of just saying, like, oh, I read a lot of food blogs,
Yeah.
get specific. Mention a recent article that gave you an idea for a new dish, or maybe a workshop you went to, like on sustainable practices, or even mentioning a chef you follow on social media who's doing innovative work. It shows you're plugged in.
And this is where RoleCatcher can help, right?
Oh, absolutely.
They have a whole section dedicated to staying current.
Yeah, they've got curated resources, articles, even sample answers that can like spark ideas and help you tailor your responses.
It's like a personalized culinary newsfeed curated just for you.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about another big part of being a chef,
Yeah.
managing a team. How do you answer that, like, kind of scary question? How do you manage your kitchen staff?
Ooh, yeah, the million-dollar question. It's about so much more than just giving orders,
Oh, for sure.
It's about leadership, it's about motivation, handling conflict like a total pro.
Like you've been there, done that.
Exactly. And this is where using the STAR method can be a game changer.
Okay. Remind us what that is again.
Yeah, so STAR, it stands for situation, task, action, result.
Okay.
It helps you structure your answer with real life examples.
Right. So instead of just saying like, oh, I'm a great communicator, you give them a specific example of a time when like your communication skills saved the day during a super chaotic dinner rush.
Exactly. Give them the details. We had this huge party order come in last minute. I quickly, figured out what was going on, delegated tasks based on my team's strengths, and we managed to get everything out on time and, looking amazing.
There you go.
See, you've shown, not just told them.
Right. You've proven it.
Exactly.
And RoleCatcher can help you craft those STAR stories too, right?
Their AI can actually look at job descriptions and help you pinpoint the experiences that really showcase the skills this employer is after.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It's a game changer.
Let's keep this energy going.
Yeah.
So we've talked about showcasing experience, staying current, leadership. But what about those like curveball questions?
Oh, yeah.
Interviewers love to throw those in.
Those are ones that really,
They test you.
They do. They separate the line cooks from the head chefs. You ready to tackle a few of those?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk curveballs. Ready for this? How do you handle dietary restrictions and special requests? It's not as simple as it used to be.
It really isn't. It feels like everyone's got a dietary restriction these days.
Right, and they're not afraid to tell you about it. So you got to show them you can cater to those needs, make everyone feel good.
Make it work.
Without compromising your dishes.
Right, right. Keep the quality high.
Exactly. And keep things running smoothly.
So how do we strike that balance?
Knowledge is power in this situation. I make sure I really know our menu inside and out, like what substitutions we can offer.
So I can confidently guide our guests.
Yeah.
And don't forget about being on the same page with the front of house team.
Oh, crucial.
They're the first line of contact, so everyone needs to be singing from the same song sheet.
Totally. Mentioning that you'd implement an allergy flag system or something, it shows you're thinking ahead.
Proactive. Okay, love that. How about this one? How do you prioritize and manage your time in a busy kitchen? Because let's face it, time management in a kitchen is an art.
Oh, it's an art form. This one is all about showing them you can handle heat. Literally.
Right. Not just the cooking, but the pressure.
Exactly. It goes back to delegation, being organized, and, keeping your cool.
So what should we say? What specifics?
Think about the tools you use. I set clear expectations for each service, delegate strategically, use a timer system.
You're showing them you've got a system.
Exactly.
It's not just chaos.
Right. There's a method to your madness. Speaking of methods, remember the STAR method. RoleCatcher's AI can help you structure your answers that way, too.
Oh, wow. So it's like having a time management coach and an interview coach right in your pocket.
Right. Okay, ready for another high-pressure scenario?
Hit me.
Describe a time you had to work in a high-stress environment.
Ooh, they want to hear about a kitchen meltdown.
They do. They want to see how you lead under pressure. Think of a specific example, maybe a power outage on a busy night, and use that STAR method again.
Okay, so the oven died on a packed Saturday night. I immediately started delegating tasks to utilize other stations, reassured my team, and I personally talked to the front of house about delays, made sure things ran smoothly.
Yes, love it. You turned a disaster into an example of your amazing problem-solving skills. And guess what? RoleCatcher has even more sample answers to these kinds of questions.
Oh, wait.
They're tailored to different chef roles, so they've got you covered.
They really do think of everything. Okay, let's not forget the foundation of a good kitchen.
Yeah.
Cleanliness.
How do you ensure your kitchen is clean and organized at all times?
That question can be a little intimidating.
It doesn't have to be. Think bigger than just being tidy. This is about food safety, about those sanitation standards, building a culture of cleanliness in your team.
It's about walking the walk.
Exactly.
And making sure your team does too.
You could talk about a color-coded cutting board system, regular sanitation checks, even team huddles to go over these things.
Speaking of protocols, let's talk about food safety. How would you approach a question like, how do you ensure your kitchen follows health and safety regulations?
Oh, this is where you get to show off your knowledge. Mention your food handler certification right away. Talk about the training you've done, maybe a system for keeping track of temperatures.
You're not just following the rules, you get why they're important.
Exactly. You're showing them you're a pro who takes safety seriously.
So we've covered a lot of these curveball questions, and it seems like the common theme is leadership, clear communication, and being dedicated to excellence.
You got it. And remember, RoleCatcher is your secret weapon throughout all of this. Their AI can help you break down those job descriptions, tailor your answers, even practice how you're going to say everything.
It's like a whole career coaching team, right?
Right in your pocket.
Amazing. Now, we've talked about the interview itself, but what happens after? How do we turn that yes into a long and fulfilling culinary career? So let's say you totally rocked that interview.
Yes.
Nailed those star stories. You're feeling good.
Yeah.
What's next? How do you make sure this turns into a real, lasting culinary career?
That's when the real journey begins, and this is where RoleCatcher's career guide is so helpful.
Okay.
They talk about this idea of continuous learning because the culinary world, it's always
It
changing.
never stops. You can't just master the classics and call it a day.
Exactly. You've got to push yourself, try new things, be open to new ingredients, new techniques. I mean, think about the chefs you admire.
Right. They didn't get there by standing still.
Exactly.
So it's about always evolving. And that makes me think about those culinary certifications that RoleCatcher mentioned. It's like leveling up your skills.
Yes. Proving you're serious about this, like getting that Certified Executive Chef designation, the CEC, that can be huge.
Yeah, that's a big deal. So how do you even begin to figure out all those certifications?
Well, the cool thing is RoleCatcher actually has a list of programs and certifications all curated and tailored to different career goals.
Oh, wow.
So whether you want to be a master sommelier or a pastry chef, they've got you.
That's amazing. Okay, so we've got the skills. We're always learning. What else?
Networking. I know it can sound intimidating,
A little bit.
but it's
Right.
really just about connecting with other people in the industry.
Right. Building those relationships.
Exactly. And you never know what opportunities might come from that.
So where do we even start?
Well, RoleCatcher talks about going to industry events, joining those culinary associations,
Mm-hmm.
even connecting with chefs you admire online.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, your online presence is huge these days.
So it's like our digital business card. It's showing off our style.
Think of it as your portfolio. Gorgeous photos of your dishes. Ooh, yes.
Your thoughts on food trends, even like behind-the-scenes stuff from your kitchen, it all matters.
It's your culinary story.
Exactly. And speaking of finding your story, don't forget about specialization. RoleCatcher talks about this a lot. Finding your niche, that one thing you're truly passionate about, and becoming the expert.
Oh, I love that. Like specializing in a specific type of cuisine.
Yes. Or mastering the art of, like you said, pastry. You become the go-to person for that one incredible thing. And RoleCatcher can help you figure out what that is.
Wow, so we've covered a lot. Building your skills, continuous learning, networking, having a great online presence, and then even specializing. That feels like a lot.
It is a lot. And, RoleCatcher is honest about the challenges of this career. The long hours, the weekends, the holidays, it's not always easy.
Yeah, for sure.
But the rewards, the creativity, the people you meet, it's fulfilling.
It's finding the joy in the chaos.
Yes, exactly. And with the right tools and a little AI magic from RoleCatcher, you can make that dream career a reality. And there you have it. A deep dive into not just acing that chef interview, but building a career that you really love.
Yes.
It's about finding a job that lets you be creative and passionate.
Absolutely.
So go out there, don't be afraid of those challenges, keep learning, keep growing, never stop creating.
I love that.
And if you ever hear about some new technique, some culinary term you're not familiar with, don't just let it pass you by. Go learn about it, dive in. You never know, it might just become your culinary superpower. Until next time, happy cooking.